Today's qualifying session is about to start here at the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya, and what a cracker of a session we're expecting it to be.
Hello guys and welcome to episode 6 of F1 2017 Career Mode. Today we're at the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya, and we're going to jump straight into qualifying. Practice, I'll let you know on that. Quite simply put, did all the programs perfectly. In fact, qualifying is something we're going to be really optimistic for, because I managed to do the qualifying program in FP3 and I had a set of options in a set of qualies. Having gone for the harder tyre allocation, it was my one set of qualies, so I wanted to save that for Rubber track and take a set of options as a dry run, and managed to go purple on the options, which was actually very good news, so I was very chuffed about that. I tried to do a run on the qualies but I binned it. It didn't matter too much, but going in blind. Now this is literally my first flying lap on qualies that I would complete, my first lap in Q1. And it was going solidly. It wasn't brilliant, but I was still trying to feel it. And I took a gamble because I'd only put it into rich. I hadn't used maximum engine mode. Trying to save a little bit there. Save the party modes that they're so called these days until very late. But now we're into the final sector now. Looking good. And now into cars can only take this because it's too unsafe. But bikes it's apparently safe for. Now into the RACC chicane. Locked up a little bit there. Now through the Punta corner, and now through New Holland. And what time will we be producing? Lewis Hamilton is currently quick in Q1. What will we produce? That'll be a 1:21.8, 2.2 off, which is a little bit of a concern. So away I went again, on the same side of tyres, straight after, and I go a smidgen quicker. It's enough to overtake Esteban Ocon, and I decided at that point, and through later in the session, you know what, this will be enough. I think we'll be able to squeeze into Q2. However, as you can see, it wasn't exactly a comfortable situation, because it was a point where I could easily be knocked out of Q1 had several cars gone quicker. So I was a little bit nervous watching the time countdown to 0. I wasn't expecting the Sabers or Stroll to do anything, but Palmer, Magnussen, maybe? I'd expect something there, but as it turns out, we were safe in Q1. Annoyingly, Fernando was 1,000th. I repeat this, 1,000th quicker than me, that which was a little bit irking, but it's nothing to worry about. And now into Q2, where yes, it's a set of option tyres, and finally putting the engine into max mode to give us every single bit of chance of getting the best race strategy for tomorrow if we have to start in the top 10. I forgot to activate DRS like Maldonado in 2012. Okay, it's an okay time. P9, P9, P9. I mean, people have done their first runs. You never know, maybe people will go quicker in the second runs, maybe they won't. But this is my only set of options, so I'm in my boat here. I've got to rock it out. I rock it out I did! So along with Raikkonen, that's option ties into the race, and now the focus is going to be on Q3, where we have 2 sets of qualies left. This is a bit of a dry one for the second run, because the track in Q3 on this game seems to rubber up a lot. So you really do need to go out late, and initially we go P6, which is quite interesting. I'm guessing that, yeah, it was Hamilton that hadn't actually made a big run. I was suggesting one of the big 3 teams hadn't sent one of their cars, but okay, P7, that's better than the rest, can't complain about that. Anyway, the best time of the weekend's about to come up, so I'm going to shut up now and let you experience a lap of the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya.
The grid is all set then for the race tomorrow. But before we go, let's quickly remind ourselves of our top three, who are Vettel, Raikkonen and Lewis Hamilton. With qualifying complete, all that remains is the main event. We'll be live and uninterrupted for the Grand Prix tomorrow, so make sure you join us then.
Interestingly, we were only 1/10 or so from getting Verstappen. I don't know, maybe he had a scrappy lap, I don't know, but to be better than the rest, with an option tie to start with, I'm not going to complain about that. That's probably the best one could have hoped for. But I know we've now got a good chunk of resource points, and that's going to be significant, as you will see in a second, against Fernando. Well, you can't really complain about that being way quicker in all seconds. Maybe we need to raise difficulty of the game. That is something I do need to consider. Now, let's listen to the agent for what she's going to expect the team to expect us to do for the race.
Hello. I just wanted to pass on the team's expectations for this race. Good luck.
I realise I've just phrased what I said wrongly, but no matter, finishing in 14th, that should be easy from P7 on a more optimal race strategy. But anyway, there's only one way to find out, right?
It can be hard for the cars to follow each other closely here. We're almost ready to go then, and this is what the starting grid looks like for today's race. Sebastian Vettel has a clear track ahead of him today. He starts in pole position, and Kimi Raikkonen completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Bottas, Daniel Ricciardo, and Verstappen, a McLaren, Perez, Massa, and Esteban Ocon, Hülkenberg, Alonso, Romain Grosjean, and Sainz, Kvyat, Palmer, Lance Stroll, and Pascal Wehrlein. Ericsson and Kevin Magnussen rounds off the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
We're predicting that you will be racing for 14th place today. See what you can do.
That's so pessimistic, isn't it? But anyway, with the strategy, he wants us to go option, quali, option. But I'd used all my qualies, and I'm a bit sceptical about how they lasted, because it wasn't really like real life where the Prime in Spain 2017 wasn't really considered. It's actually quite usable on the game, so I decided I'd put Primes in the middle, and we'll stagger the races exactly in third. But anyway, now I'm going to line up for the race, the Spanish Grand Prix. This should be a good race, because of course, they've been good in qualifying, and it's good for the chassis, and the engine isn't as explode as it is at places like Russia. But anyway, it's time for the lights. 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, and 5. And it's time for the Spanish Grand Prix. The launch wasn't brilliant, and we're losing out because of the McLaren-Honda already, but we're going to be able to tug it to the slipstream because the cars behind didn't even get that good a start either. So it doesn't matter. Now here we are into turn 1. Oh, we're taking a few there. Through 2, we're getting a bit squarey in exit. Can we take? Oh no, we can't take Ricciardo, but I think we've got Verstappen. But Verstappen is going to hand it round the outside of Renault, but no. Ironically enough, he's right up having it. It's not strong enough with that Red Bull chassis. As good as that Red Bull chassis was, we managed to keep him out line, so that's good. And now here we are going into turn 5, known as Seat. Here we go now. Everything's going good so far this lap. It appears that the 5 in front, that's going to be a lost cause. Surely with this McLaren-Honda, we cannot get any further. I'd be surprised, but you never know. I've been surprised before on the channel, so I probably will be surprised again. But now we're going through camps to turn 9, if you will. Go a little bit wide, that maybe through the dirtier, or maybe misjudging it on high fuel, I don't know. But now into La Caxia, turn 10. Okay, that's not bad, everything's going okay. It's a neat lap. Jaffe even says as much, that we're doing quite okay. Now through turn 11, well 12 sorry. And now into 13. We had the opportunity to overtake here, so through the RSC chicane, 1 by 1, coming out and now through New Holland, and I'm about to start another lap now. I'm going to be starting in P6. Kimi Raikkonen is strangely out up front. Bear in mind, Raikkonen is on the option tie like us, because he went through Q2 and options like we did, so that's something to keep in mind for the future. Anyway, towards the end of lap 2, everything's going well. We've still got Verstappen behind us.
Will be available to use when you are within 1 second of the car ahead in the DRS zone.
Yes, Jeff, thank you for reminding us about DRS. So we're losing touch, but we've got Verstappen behind us, and we can use the fact that it's a circuit to Barcelona Catalonia maybe. But lap 3, now that DRS is active, will Verstappen start to make a move? But or will he not? Who knows? Oh, he's going to have a slight look at us. Pretty like Caxia, turn 10. But no, we managed to keep him behind. That was just the way the lines were going. And there's mechanical problems all up and down the grid. That's something to be keeping an eye on. Now for a Europe car, and now into the RACC chicane. Verstappen is quite close, he's keeping us honest. We're going to have to get our skates on through New Holland and onto the main straight. The DRS is quite long, not as long as it was in real life in 2018, but still, even in 2017 I thought it was a little long at the time. They probably decided they were racing proper on lap 44, but this is not real, so we don't have to worry about that, and Verstappen is still behind us. But the Tag Heuer badged Renault is still a Renault, even if it is trying to fight the Honda engine. So we've got a good chance of keeping him behind. If you had a Mercedes engine, that might be a little bit trickier, but on lap 5, everybody's still got good. We're keeping him behind, all is well. Him being on a quality tyre, that may help us later to keep him behind when we have the better tyres. Well, we're not going to have the better tyres, we're not going to be using the qualies, but a more optimal strategy, who knows? But Verstappen's going to try and go us on lap 6. They're going to defend the inside into the first corner. He's just about keeping behind by late braking. This McLaren chassis is decent, so we can do stuff. But this is going to take some operation to keep Verstappen behind for the entirety of the race. And he's going to have a go again on lap 7, but this time he's going to have to settle behind because frankly he's not close enough to overtake. But he's clearly a threat. He's DRS and he's getting quite close. On lap 8 now, we're going to have to go defensive yet again. We'll be able to keep him behind this time as we now go into turn 1 again. Oh, we just about, he gives us ring. We love tap. Oh, this is going to be some operation to keep him behind, as I was saying before. But he's very close as we enter lap 9 now. I don't know what Jeff just said. I think it was about where Fernando is. But that's not particularly relevant because Verstappen is passing us now, and we're going to have to concede that one. There's no coming back from that. And that's us down into what is the net P7, but we are P3 now because the sequence of stops are happening and Verstappen ended up pitting that lap. Probably fed up and was a bit angry and probably killed his tyres, I don't know. But now, notably, we have Sebastian Vettel behind us who has made his stop. We're going to defend from him because you don't know what strategy he's on. But Raikkonen's going to be coming out the pits as well. He's on qualies, so that's going to be an advantage against his teammate. But Vettel's made the undercut on him. So now we're interfering in the lead battle, which is actually quite a lot of fun. I don't know if they're free stopping, I'm assuming they're two stopping. That's pretty much the bog standard strategy at Barcelona. But now Val's going to have a look at us into turn 10. But no, we keep him behind just about. He tries to out-traction us, but no, we managed to just keep him behind again. This is taking all our wits here. Oh, well, that's just the way it is. And now, as we now head up into Europe car, Vettel will be determined to get by and try and make a break from the rest of the group. But for us, it's crunch time as we're about to get onto our lap here at the Spanish Grand Prix. We're leading the pack, but the angry pack are behind. It's going to be the big six of me for Verstappen, who really want to make a break for it. Val's going to try and do so as he tries to go round the outside into turn 1. But his straight line speed's not as great as Verstappen's for whatever reason. Maybe there's a lot of drag in that Ferrari, a lot of downforce, who's to say. But he's now behind us as we now go through Renault. Going to... Oh no, the Ferraris are battling each other. They're battling each other hard. Raikkonen really wants to use his qualies. That's very important for his race that he manages to use that and doesn't get held up behind Vettel while he takes the option tyre. But anyway, into Seat, turn 5. Nicely on the power. Yes, we are, as we now head down into the Worth chicane. Nicely done. Yes, the first part, the second part, yes. We're really pushing here. We really want to take everything these options have left as we go through Kamsa. Well, let us have another look on DRS. No, it's Raikkonen, sorry. It's Raikkonen who will be having a look at us. But he has to settle behind. We went ultra defensive there because we really didn't want to have to lose vital seconds with his dirty air through the final sector. But we have kept him behind. He was desperate to use his quali, so we'll be nodding rather than Vettel in a sense. Now through the RACC chicane for one final time on these set of tyres. And in we come, round the right hand side of the bollard, trying to get as much time as we can into the pace, and now onto the pit limiter. All is well. So, the strategy of course is option prime option, and this is going to be our prime seat. If you've noticed, this is actually what Nico Rosberg did at the Rail 2014 race. He went option prime option. That was as an alternate strategy relative to Hamilton on the other side of the garage when Mercedes were dominant. This is just our strategy. We want to avoid that quality tyre, considering both sets we have a 1.
Clear of the white line on the exit. You'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross over into the track.
But looking on the track though, Jeff, we've noticed Sergio Perez has got an undercut on us. That's the advantage of starting on qualies. You get a chance to do an undercut more often than not. But we didn't really charge in this stint. Nothing was really happening. Massa was keeping us honest behind. We never really got closer than the second. Maybe I don't know if that was the data affecting him. And Perez was slowly streaking away on auction. So it was just one of those things when nothing was really happening. He's still pulling away now.
Force caution. The safety car is out. Keep an eye on the Delta. We need to keep it positive to avoid a penalty. Slow down.
That is going to change everything.
Right, coming at the end of this lap.
So Ocon's out. I must confess, sorry, I forgot to record replays for whatever reason. I was probably being a moron at the time. But yes, so there wasn't really a lot in that stint. So basically, it's just some free air, and we're going to pit again. Verline is out the race, so that's too bad for him. But Ericsson's out the race as well. Have the cyber crashes to each other. I mean, it's one thing to crash into your teammate when you're racing, but under the safety car, really? That is quite something to behold. Congratulations, Sauber. Massive congrats. And that's worked out well for us as well. We've got closer to Perez, but as you can see, it's not really going to mean anything because we're going to be bunched up behind the safety car, and we weren't really being threatened from behind other than people pitting behind us, who we catch behind anyway. We're protecting the tyres now. Safety car's in.
Okay, let's get ready to go racing again. The safety car is in this lap. When the field accelerates, remember, there is no overtaking until the green flags. Safety car in this lap.
Thank you for that, Jeff. What I meant is safety car is coming in. Raikkonen, for some reason, I assume he's at the front, by the way. Raikkonen is really bunching his field up. He really wants to get going at this restart. So, yes, a lot of bunching. Trying to judge when he goes so I can try and get a jump on Perez. I must note that I'm P11 at the moment. That's because only some of the field made their second stops for whatever reason. Or didn't want to make a third stop. So that may have been how strategies played out for some. It just wasn't the right time to pit. Here we are, we're going green now. And yes, the Spanish Grand Prix is going to go green again. And our attack is going to be immediately on Sergio Perez, as we now have to do 12 racing laps on the option. So that's going to be a little bit of a test for us, having to go a little bit further. But then again, we've got our tyre weight equivalent to doing a lap of quali. So who knows, it may work out for us. But I have no concerns at this time. I had a slight concern at the time, I must admit. But it wasn't anything too troubling. But anyway, Perez is stuck behind our teammate Fernando Alonso, who hasn't stopped for whatever reason. And now we're going to go through turn 4. Repsol, it's known. And now we'll be considering a move into say on Perez. Yes, we will. And oh, wow, that was from far back. A nice P10 for us. We're now into the point. Now it's time to see how strategy plays out for the rest of the field. And bizarrely, we have cars coming in on that lap. Why didn't you just pit under the safety car? That makes no sense whatsoever. I think they've really put themselves in a strategy hole because they're just going to be at the end of the queue. That's really bizarre. We're up to P6 now, which indicates one thing. One of the big 6 has clearly made an error and they've stayed out under the safety car. That can't go well for them at all. What would have pointed that? Everything's going to swim at the moment. Perez isn't really giving us much trouble. Verstappen is pulling away. That's not really surprising. We saw Ricciardo's pace at the beginning of the race, and then we saw Verstappen. But anyway, Perez, he's now considering having a look on us, and he's just going to have to settle behind. Yeah, we also saw Verstappen's pace when he overtook us. So, thinking any higher than 6 is a little bit pipe dreamy, but nonetheless, as we find out how far Fernando is behind from us, and now Perez is going to considering DRSing us. That Mercedes engine is working well, but we just about keep him behind. This is lap 28, by the way. Things are happening very quickly. Alonso's out the race, which is a bummer for the team. But he wasn't going to be scoring much points anyway. Considering the flawed strategy he had, there he is, retired on lap 30, as we see now. So now we move on to lap 31, and we're moving to lap 31. Because Perez wasn't really giving us much grief, but he was getting grief from Vettel as we achieved track limits there because we're noobs. So yes, Vettel was the one of the big 6 who didn't actually come in under the safety car to make a pit stop. That made no sense. So I'm assuming he was the one actually trying to back up the field. Surely it would have made much sense to him to have gone as early as possible to field spread as much as possible. But who knows, this is Vettel. He does some strange things under the safety cars. RFA to Hungary 2010 when he got a penalty for not being close enough to Webber, trying to get too clever with Webber's strategy to help the team. But he has a look at us there. No, not going for Vettel there. It's going to be hard to keep him behind, but we kept him behind before the sequences of stops for even pushed him behind the car behind, which happened to be his teammate Raikkonen. But now it's the final lap of the race. Things have been moving on quickly here because quite frankly a lot's not been happening other than looks into turn 1. Vettel has a look at us there. but he's just going to have to settle behind us for now. He's got one last chance with DRS that is proper and real. And here it comes now. Through Kamsa and now into Lakaxia. Will he be able to take us? He looks around the outside. Raikkonen has won the Grand Prix, which I'm sure is very pleasing to him. And we squirm out of turn 10 through 11, now into 12. Will we be able to keep Vettel behind? He's not really going to have many opportunities left that are realistic, but you never know. Through 13, he's losing a lot of points here. And now into the RACC chicane for one final time. We squirm a little bit on entry. Exit is okay. Now through New Holland. And now it's going to be P6 here at the Spanish Grand Prix. That's not a bad result, is it? I'll take that.
That's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
So Raikkonen led the two Mercedes home and then the two Red Bulls, and then it was us in a surprise result. I think that's going to be very good for our championship, but there's only one way to find out, and let's actually look at the championship. We move up to P6 in the standings. Verstappen is behind us, but we've got countback of results because we had a good early start to the season with impressive results. We leaked for Ocon, by the way. And in the constructors, we move up to P5. We overtake Toro Rosso and Haas, with Renault, Williams and Sauber still struggling. But now we're moving to resource points. Well, that's just got into an impressive race there. And now in the rivalry with our teammates, the only thing we were missing to win the rivalry officially was a podium finish, but it's all but done. We just have to get one measly point, and that's just basically trundle around Monaco. Easier said than done, I must admit, but it can be done. Monaco should be a good race for us anyway. We impressed the team with our result here at the Spanish Grand Prix, of course. We beat Fernando, we finished highly. Now here comes the career score, which means, I don't know, it means something. I can compare myself to other people, but I don't know what it means. So it's just some numbers. Here you go, some numbers.
So the board and I have been talking about your contract, and we all agree the only thing better than a number 2 driver is a number 1 driver. Here are the details.
Well, that's quite sweet. Being promoted, we really have thrashed Alonso. That's probably saying we need to raise the difficulty just a bit. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. It's been a pleasure as usual. We shall see you next time at Monaco, which can only go well on a pad. Goodbye!